Hey, Shane here from Shane Smith Law. I just want to talk today about one of our client victories. I'm here with Alex, one of our attorneys here, and we're talking about a particular case he had that we got some great results, but there were also some things about this case that make it unique. So, Alex, tell me about the accident itself and the initial injuries on this case.
Yeah, so what actually happened was my client was riding in a vehicle with his friend. This friend had just bought a brand new 2023 SRT Charger, and they were taking it on a joyride. And then in the middle of that joyride, the person piloting the vehicle lost control. They hit a tree, the car split in two, and my client fractured multiple vertebrae in his back and had a collapsed lung.
So that sounds terrible, right? Injuries were significant. I'm going to guess all the medical care associated with that was pretty pricey.
Oh my goodness, yeah. He had upwards of $80,000 in medical bills just from the hospital.
All right. And I know when we were talking earlier, most of the fight here on this case wasn't with the insurance company because his injuries were so horrendous, right?
Correct.
But I know sometimes when we have clients with these kind of cases, the hospital will do what's called a lien on it, where the hospital says, hey, you were hurt in a car wreck, we want to get all our money first. And they try to attach it to it and take all the money from the settlement. Is that the case here? Did this happen here? Did they do a hospital lien?
Yes, correct. They actually put that $80,000 bill on a lien.
Okay, so they were trying to get all the money. And now I'm guessing when you settle this case, you didn't pay them all the money.
Absolutely not. So the policy was $100,000. And so all said and done, if he had just went with the hospital and just paid it out through insurance, he would have gotten $20,000.
Okay.
But I got that bill reduced to $34,000.
All right, so that's obviously a huge cut down on the bill, $80-something thousand down to $30,000. So did he walk away with more or less money in his pocket then?
Substantial. He walked away with about $30,000.
All right, so basically by hiring you, it paid for itself, and he got more money just through the hospital bill negotiations alone, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, and that's a key point there. Is a lot of times part of what we do is fight hospitals, fight providers to try to get our clients more money, especially when things seem unfair, right? Like in this case, they were trying to make it where he'd walk away with almost nothing, $20,000 at best. Whereas by you getting involved in the fight, you were able to get that cut down and reduced, basically to pay your whole fee and still put money in his pocket and get the bill taken care of, right?
Yeah, correct. Who doesn't want $10,000 more? That's a life-changing amount of money, especially because his kid was only 18 years old.
All right. Oh, he was 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know when we talked before, too, you said he was in the car with his good friend.
Correct.
How did that impact everything? Because I know most folks, a lot of times it's not uncommon when I talk to people, if they were in the car with their friend, they're like, or their family member, I mean, I've seen it with brothers and sisters or sisters, they're like, I don't want to sue my friend. So I'm concerned about it. Even though they've got $80,000 worth of medical bills, I don't know where people think that money's going to come from, but they have some concerns about suing their friend. Did that come into play here, or how did you handle that?
Yeah, so actually RP didn't want to sue his friend at all. And as a matter of fact, he didn't want our representation at start. And so I was actually able to speak with him, and I assured him that, hey, we're going to do our best to make sure this does not go to trial, because the last thing we want to do is impact your relationship with your buddy.
All right. Now, when you said he didn't want us initially, I mean, obviously he called and talked to us.
Correct.
And he hired us. And then it sounds like he was having sort of second thoughts at the last, not at the last minute, but after hiring and going forward and thinking about it, or him and his buddy having a conversation, he's like, well, maybe I don't want to sue my friend, which that's not uncommon when they hire us, they call us, they talk to us, they hire us, then they go hang out with their buddy again, they have a beer, and their buddy's like, you're going to sue me? Yeah, that sounds about like what happened.
Correct, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, and then they're like, well, I don't know, let me call my lawyer, I don't want to do this. And part of what we have to talk to him about is, hey, you have options here, right?
Yeah, and so I spoke with him about those options, and upon those assurances that I gave him, he wanted to proceed fully.
Because just because you file a claim, you can choose not to file the lawsuit, right? You can hire us, let us fight with the insurance company, see if we can get it resolved without filing a lawsuit. And it sounds like that's the case of what happened here.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Okay. Now, and even to any of our listeners, even if you had to file a lawsuit, you could still focus on fighting the insurance company and collecting from the insurance company, not taking money right out of your buddy's pocket, basically, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. In this case, though, it sounds like you were able to get him the full policy without filing a lawsuit, and then you were able to turn around and fight with the hospital so they didn't steal all that, not steal, but so they didn't take all that money from the client and you're still able to get the bill reduced and taken care of. So it sounds like it was a win-win for everybody involved that you got involved and helped out.
Yeah, absolutely. He was thrilled with the outcome. I was thrilled with the outcome. And I hope all the listeners are also thrilled with the outcome, too.
All right. Did he tell you what he was going to do with the money?
He did not tell me what he was going to do with the money, but 18-year-old, I am sure he's going to have some ideas and probably get himself a car.
All right. It sounds, I was going to say, and and I'm sad for when you tell me about that Charger getting split in half. That makes me a little sad because that's one of my favorite cars.
It was beautiful. It was a wide body, too.
So for our listeners out there, if you like hearing client victories from Chainsaw Law, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also get notice of all our monthly contests as well. Click that bell for notifications so you don't miss one. And always remember, if you're in pain, call Shane, 980-999-9999.
In pain, so I call Shane, 980-999-9999. In pain, call Shane.